Good afternoon. Thanks everyone for joining us today for another 2015 live stream around care work. We've been having these live streams all year, really focusing and covering topics that deal with caregivers, their communities, and everything that is happening in our union. We've talked about things like our We Can Do It campaign that we're so proud, focused on getting vaccine education out there, making sure the vaccine was accessible to our members and their communities, but also planting the flag to say we are not going to go back to a status quo for long term care that just didn't work. And we've also been talking about our Care First campaign, our Put Care First campaign, which is really advancing our aspiration that we're going to achieve and build a long term care system in California that does not just work for those who have a lot of money, right? But that we want a long term care system that works for everyone who needs care and the workers who deliver that care. And we are continuing to advance our justice agenda here in California, but also across the country. But today we're going to have a little bit of a different conversation. We're really going to focus inward and we're going to reflect on the year that 2021 has been for all of us in our union. I don't know about you, but it was another one of those really long years for me. And I think that it was for many of you too. Though we thought the pandemic was slowing down, COVID continues to be a real challenge for so many of us. And it seems to be picking up steam yet again. Although that goalpost seems to be moving a little further away from us, we're not going to stop moving forward until we beat this pandemic once and for all. And we're going to continue to do the things that we know do that, right? We're going to get vaccinated. We're going to get boosted. We're going to socially distance. We're going to limit interaction with people outside of our households. We're going to wash our hands, right? Because we know those are the things that work. Sorry, that was a little segue, but it was important for me to mention, right, as we deal with Omicron. So we know that we're going to keep pushing forward. And so much of this year, we've been focusing outward, highlighting just how important your work is and how important the work of caregivers are. And so we want to think about 2021 and reflect on what we have achieved together as a one powerful, determined, fighting union family. We've made so much progress this year, you all, from getting care and caregivers at the center of a national platform and piece of legislation. Our president has a plan, right? Build Back Better. And though we're hitting some big bumps in the road, potholes really, roadblocks even, we are not going to stop. We're going to continue to press forward and we're not giving up until we make sure we win a huge investment in care and in care work and all of the pieces of the care economy that make a difference for families, as well as getting some justice for immigrants and getting control and passing initiatives that support our climate. We've also had major wins in our state budget, right? We were able to protect care recipients and caregivers. We've advanced training. We're really beginning to make headway to hold nursing home owners and operators accountable. And that has all happened because of the incredible leadership and activism of our members and our leaders. They have used their power. You have used your power to win collective bargaining agreements and make major improvements in wages and benefits, as well as improvements in your working conditions. And we are making headway toward our ultimate goal of making sure every caregiver in California makes at least $20 an hour. And that we know that Time for 20 is going to be a huge focus of ours next year. Though we've accomplished a lot, we know that there is still so much more to do. In many ways, it feels like we are just getting started. And so as this year begins to wind down and come to a close, we thought it would be helpful to hear from the officer crew, my squad, and have a discussion together And we're going to be joined by a few of our members who can talk about their own on the ground experiences. So this discussion is going to focus on the past year, what we've learned, and where we're headed in the future. So it's a lot to get through and not a lot of time. So why don't we go ahead and get started? But first, we're going to catch a video that highlights some of our achievements this year.
Extremely proud of my union for launching the We Can Do It campaign. They made it possible to receive the vaccine. And that in itself was a lifting experience, heartfelt, gave me the strength to go on.
The thing that I am most proud of that my union for home care providers has accomplished in the last year is the elimination of the 7% cut in our wages and in the IHSS program.
Mostly proud of working with my union in 2021 by being able to go to Washington, D.C. and going to the White House and speaking about the Build Back Better plan, which is a plan that is a large investment for long-term care workers, which will invest in health care, child care, and housing and wages, which is long overdue for us.
That's right. From communities all over the state, like LA and Sacramento and Eureka and Bakersfield and right, all of the places in between, to all the way to Washington, D.C. 2015 members have showed up and we've shown out, and we've done it with important stakeholders like our staff and our allies in the community. And we are so incredibly proud and determined and ready to to do more. I'm really encouraged by the last year. And so here's a question for the officers, and I'll kick it to Arnulfo first. Nuth, what has been the most encouraging sign for you with regard to winning greater recognition for long-term care workers this year?
Great. Thank you, April. And what a beautiful video. And I see all the folks leaving comments in the chat. We appreciate you all joining. I just wanted to talk about briefly, look, what's going on at the federal level in Washington. Obviously, there's been a lot of discussion about the Build Back Better legislative package, which we know at the moment has hit this roadblock, right? Because we have a senator who's been really wishy-washy. And while the situation politically is changing on a daily basis in Washington, what has been really clear because of the work of 2015 is that there's a recognition from the president, from the vice president, and many elected officials all over the country that we need a historic investment in caregivers and those whom they care for, but that also investing in care is an investment in our future, right? And we know that the most vulnerable in our society are benefited by the Build Back Better. So regardless of what happens in Washington, we are not giving up. And also looking beyond Build Back Better, we also saw a number of victories this year in our work with the Biden administration, which included the American Rescue Plan, as you all remember, which provided relief to state and local governments, and our fight to make sure that some of that money was used at the state level to provide hazard pay to home care providers who were hard at work during the pandemic. And you may have already heard the great news, but the state is waiting on final approval of the spending plan that's going to include $500 stipends for IHSS providers who worked at least 2 months between March 2020 and March 2021. If it wasn't for the incredible work of union members in 2015, that would have never happened.
Sorry.
Someone answer that door.
So what about you, Dereck?
Thank you, Madam President. What's been encouraging for me this past year is having a president in the White House that recognizes caregivers and the work that caregivers do and how valuable caregivers are, and the important work that caregivers does. I think caregivers are finally being recognized at the national level. And as you mentioned earlier, we've also made some great progress at the state level this year as well. Like winning the permanent 7% consumer hours, restoration of the consumer hours, securing investment from Governor Newsom of $200 million in IHSS training, recognizing the vital role that home care workers have in taking care of seniors and persons with disabilities. With additional funding, this means nearly $300 million for training. Our nursing home members worked hard to ensure the passage of a set of legislative bills that will hold nursing home operators accountable to be transparent business transparent business practices, strengthen penalties for bad operators, and help us to hold them liable if they put profits over patient care. And these are just some of the great victories we had this year, and I'm so encouraged.
That's right. Huge, amazing victories. Kim, I know you got thoughts.
Oh, I always have thoughts. So to me, the biggest sign that we are headed in the right direction and there is nothing we can't do is just our members and the strength of them and other long-term care workers who are going to be the members of our union soon. Look, caregivers have done amazing things when they stood united. Despite all the challenges of COVID and all of life's normal challenges, over 50,000 of our members, home care members across 10 counties, bargained improvements in their contracts this past year, which is just phenomenal. And in fact, we got to lift up just a high watermark. Santa Clara County is going to be at 1835 by the end of their contract, which is going to put them as one of the highest paid home care providers in the state and helps us make the case for that time for 20 that we've been talking about. And our nursing home members who have been facing incredible challenges throughout this pandemic to be seen, to be heard, to be respected and protected and paid, 3,200 of them in 48 facilities, fought for and stood united to get contracts that, again, improve wages and working conditions. And they stood up and took on their employers to demand that they had safety and protections. And so it's just an incredible amount of power being displayed across our union. And it's just the power of a union where together united, we can do anything. And I want to lift up, 200 new sisters and brothers joined our union this past year from 5 different facilities in nursing homes, and want to welcome them to our union family. So to me, it's the power of our members. And I mean, we need to go to our members right now and hear from them, because this is why we were so successful in 2021. We talk about our squad. We have a giant squad, right, of 2015 members who make this all happen. So I want to kick it over and hear from one of our powerful sisters, Elizabeth Rodriguez, who is one of our regional vice presidents in Region 1 and a proud nursing home worker. So Elizabeth, come on and talk to us about 2021, sister.
Hola Elizabeth, venga y hable con nosotros de 2021.
Hola a todos nuevamente. Bueno, mi nombre es Elizabeth Rodríguez, soy de la región 1 y muy orgullosa de trabajar en un nursing home. Este año fue un gran logro para nosotros de haber ganado una aseguranza médica que me ha ayudado en lo personal junto con mis compañeras de trabajo y en especial a nuestras familias. Es el hecho de sentirnos seguros de que tenemos una aseguranza a un precio razonable, lo cual antes no nos sentíamos así, el hecho de que no tenía aseguranza o de que no todos podíamos adquirir esa aseguranza médica por los altos costos que nos ofrecía nuestra compañía. Y esto es comparado con los que no tienen unión, de verdad que fue un logro sorprendente gracias a nuestros representantes que lucharon fuertemente por nuestra aseguranza médica. Esto no tiene comparación, de verdad, por los beneficios que hemos recibido durante esta lucha ardua durante todo el año contra nuestros empleadores. La unión nos hace sentir tanto a mí como a nuestros colegas el poder hablar en contra de las del facility, de los manejadores y de los dueños de la compañía. Esto nos hace completamente sentirnos apoyados, y esto no tiene precio para nosotros como trabajadores, tener la clase de representantes dentro de nuestra unión. En el pasado,
Elizabeth, why don't we just let, because people are wanting to know what you're saying on the line. And so
I'm
we're going to
sorry,
just
I'm
pause.
getting emotional at this moment.
I know, I'm sorry, Susan. We're going to let Mary, like, so people can hear you, right? So we want to make sure Mary can translate what you've said.
Vamos a asegurarnos de que Mary interprete. Gracias, señora Elizabeth. Well, hello, my name is Elizabeth Rodriguez. I'm from Region 1. So proud to be working in a nursing home. And what has 2021 brought for us? It's great that we have gotten health insurance in this past year that we're able to have. It has helped our families, our colleagues. It is something that makes us feel safe, and something that our other colleagues who are not unionized aren't able to have, but it is at a cost that is affordable. And this is what our union has allowed us to feel. It has allowed us to have courage and to be supported and to feel safe enough to talk and to let the managers know and talk and raise our voices together. And what this has done for us is just, it's unexplainable. The way that things have worked for us is great. Siga, señora Elizabeth. Go ahead.
Bien, otro logro que se pudo hacer es ganar los QASP. Sabemos que esto, en su momento, mientras estuvimos dialogando, fueron palabras fuertes que pudimos escuchar por nuestro administrador, que había dicho que no nos los merecíamos. Y esto, la verdad, ver a nuestro representante luchar con todo en ese momento, fue sentirnos apoyadas en su plenitud y decir que valíamos todo eso y más. Y gracias a esa decisión y esa determinación de nuestros representantes, se logró que ganáramos los bonos, los cuales desafortunadamente solamente se le dieron a la unión este año y no a los de la corporación. Y esto, aunque fue pequeño el monto, la verdad que hace una gran diferencia, especialmente en mi familia y en estos momentos que estamos pasando tan difíciles, como es el gas, tanto que ha subido, ir al súper y encontrar que los precios están por lo alto. La verdad que los bonos, por muy pequeños que hayan sido, la verdad que hicieron una gran diferencia dentro de mi familia, conmigo y con todos nuestros compañeros que estamos dentro de la unión. Este pequeño dinero hace una gran diferencia para todos nosotros. Muchísimas gracias, y gracias a nuestros representantes.
So another one of the wins that we had was the QUASP, which was something that we heard from the administrators say with really strong words, you don't deserve it. But our representative fought so hard, and he fought for us. They fought for us, and they made us feel like we were worth everything. They were determined. It was just amazing to have that. And also, this bonus wasn't just it was just given to the union. It wasn't for the corporation. And although a small amount, it made such a huge difference because, you know, we are in difficult times, and gas prices, and when you go to the supermarket and things like such, it affects us. But it was such a big difference. That small amount made a big difference. And thank you to the representatives for fighting for us and to the union. Thank you very much.
Great. And thank you, Elizabeth, because I'm going to tell you right now, you and your coworkers made that contract happen. Your power made that happen. So congratulations, sister. Thank you for all of your leadership this past year. Arnulfo, what other powerhouse is on deck to talk to us from our membership?
We have live from Sacramento, California, our wonderful regional vice president, Miss Brenda Garner, who is a terrific leader of our union and IHSS providers. Sister Brenda, welcome.
Thank you very much. First and foremost, I want to give thanks to God. Happy holidays to each and every one of you all out there. Just want to really talk about what I'm most proud of. 2015, which is our union. I am so proud to be a VP of Region 4. And the victories I want to talk about today is that we won We went to the state capitol. We talked to the senators. We talked to legislators about our uh, our living conditions, the wages. We took people with disabilities to the state capitals and let them know that they are people with disabilities that home care providers are taking care of. I want to call off a couple of victories right now that I am devastated that we didn't get what we were supposed to have, but at the same time, we went out, knocked on doors, made a couple of phone calls, and we got these victories I'm getting ready to name off. And one of them is travel time, overtime, sick days, time waiting. We went in our purple, we chatted, we did everything. We came out with a tremendous victory. I've never thought that would ever be done in our union, but it happened. Now in 2021, we need a little bit more. We need $20 an hour. And that's not enough. That's just something to pacify us for right now. But we need to get our members together to go out and fight this big contract we got coming up in 2022. It's going to be a dynamite year for SEIU Local 2015. And with all that being said, I am most proud to be a member of SEIU Local 2015. And I almost forgot my title, VP of Region 4. I'm so excited I just started talking and I just forgot about my title. So again, let me reintroduce myself. My name is Brenda Garn. I'm VP of Region 4 in Sacramento. Let's get that straight. And I'm most proud of all the victories, but the one that stands out is that 7%. We were able to restore that, keep Gavin Newsom in office 2015. When we rock, we rock. So again, let's go out and get it. It's a new year. We got new e-board members that's out there. They're eager to learn, and I'm eager to walk with them hand in hand so we can get this contract. I want it. I'm hungry. Let's go get it 2015.
Well, thank you, Sister Brenda. I have no doubt with you.
And happy holidays.
Leading the way, we're going to get it.
I'm going to get it. I'm going to make sure of that.
I think, people can feel good. There's a lot of comments in the chat, just lifting up the reward, how rewarding it is to be a caregiver and what's still left to be done, right? We still got to get healthcare for everybody. No brainer. We are not going to stop till we get that. We still have people who haven't gotten a first contract, like Lassen County. Our sister Buffy Privils up on the chat here, wishing us well. We got to make sure we are continuing to fight until everybody's got their due. And that's what we're about. But we got to take stock in our victories, our blessings that we've gotten this year, because that took a lot of work and it's going to lay the foundation for next year. So thank you so much, Brenda, for your leadership. Dereck, who is our next courageous woman on our Facebook Live today?
All right, up on deck we have Miss Roselia Rosales. She's one of our newly organized workers. She works in the kitchen at Community Care in Riverside, and she and her co-workers just filed for an election to join the SEIU 2015 family. So welcome, Miss Roselia.
Hi, ¿cómo están todos? Buenas tardes.
Hello, how is everyone doing? Good afternoon.
Mi nombre es Roselia Rosales. Yo trabajo en un facility sin unión. He sido cocinera en la Community Care PAL por 6 años. Pero doy gracias por saber de la unión porque me siento protegida y siento que es la manera de poder defendernos ante muchas injusticias. La compañía cambia de dueño en enero de este año y perdí mis 2 semanas de vacaciones porque la nueva compañía no nos quitó la señoría y todos los empleados comenzamos de cero.
Hello, my name is Roselia Rosales, and I work for a non-union facility as a cook. It's community care on Palm. It's been 6 years now, and I am grateful to know that I do have a union because I feel protected. That's a way that I have been able to fight against injustices. And the company switched ownership in January, so I lost 2 weeks of vacation. Diga, siga, señora.
También la compañía nos prometió que nos iba a dar aumento, salario, pero no cumplieron. Sin embargo, ahora que salimos públicos para pedir la elección, la dueña de la compañía nos hizo una reunión para decirnos que vamos a recibir un aumento, lo cual sabíamos que eso iba a pasar, porque ya nos habían preparado. Ahora solo estamos esperando que llegue la fecha para voto y así ser parte de la unión.
We also, the company promised us to have a pay raise, but they didn't follow through. However, we went public with it and we made noise, and now they are saying that they will give us a raise and that they will go ahead and meet with us. So now we're just waiting for a date for that vote so that we can go ahead and get that raise. And that's what we're waiting for, to be part of the union.
Great. Awesome. Thank you so much, Ms. Rosalia. Thank you for your leadership. And just know that your 2015 family is with you through this election. We will be with you to your first contract win as well. And so now I just want to turn it over to Madam President to bring us home.
Thank you, Dereck. And thank you, of course, to Kim and Arnulfo. But most importantly, thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you, Brenda. Thank you, Rosalia, not just for joining us on this live stream, but for standing up, for leading, and for demonstrating your power, right? For being courageous when I know it's not always easy, right? To stand in the gap, to stand in the storm. So thank you all very, very much for all that you do. It's been a great year, 2015. Let's celebrate it, but also let's look ahead. Let's look ahead to continuing to show what we can do when one person realizes their power and combines that power with someone else who realizes theirs, and we link arms together in one collective fight to win on our justice agenda, to win on our priorities of unions for all and democracy for all and long-term care for all. We will continue to advance together until we achieve real justice, real equity, not just for caregivers of 2015, but for those that we take care of, for our families, for our communities in California and across the country. I know that in 2022, we're going to realize the historic investment in long-term care by our federal government. We're going to continue to transform long-term care here in California, working with our partners like Gavin Newsom, and we're going to win real quality long-term care for those who are in nursing homes. And workers, caregivers will be at the center of those fights and those victories. And so we got the power. Let's use it. 2015 shall rule, sisters and brothers. And we're going to close. And I'm going to wish you happy holidays and a good new year and a holiday season filled with renewal and joy and peace. But don't forget, COVID is still out there. Omicron is real. It may not make you as sick as the Delta variant did, but it is spreading quickly across California, across our country. And so please keep yourself safe and do what we know how to do. Get vaccinated. Get boosted, wear your mask, keep your distance, and wash them hands. All right, sisters and brothers, it's good to see all of you all. We can do it, and let's go get it. Bye-bye.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Bye, everyone.